Now, Joanna has a question. In 10.55, pioneering, why is Lantana used? Wouldn't there be other smothering ground covers more effective that would not require extra work to remove? Why put it in if you're going to have to go back and pull it out? Is it because it's deep-rooted, rampant and hardy? Later in the lecture, Lantana is described as awkward, an awkward ground cover. Is it because it must be controlled and removed? Is there a better ground cover option in that environment? Now, I'm stood next to a Lantana infested gully. Lantana is actually number 5 on the noxious hit list of the world, which makes it a wonderful plant. Here it is here, quite a pink, beautiful pink flower. Some places it's planted as an ornamental where it doesn't go rampant. It's not really a ground cover, it's a scrambler that comes up to about 2 or 3 meters, but also gets lifted up by the fast growing native pioneer trees, particularly the nitrogen fixing trees. In Australia, that's an acacia, and there's a lot of acacias through this gully. I don't plant Lantana. In fact, if Lantana comes in where I've been designing a pioneering system with my own choice of pioneers, I pull it out. It's not deep rooted, it's very shallow rooted, extremely shallow rooted. You can pull it out by hand. But it does a great job. It does a similar job to blackberry. It pioneers forest. They're both scrambling plants that cover the soil, protect the soil, allow lots and lots of birds in, like blackberries. They're a bit sort of spiky, not as much as blackberries, but little birds love the habitat of Lantana. And I never plant it. If I need to remove it, I just go in and cut it and pull it out. If I miss bits and it resprouts, I just come back 3 months later. I can see the regrowth, I just pull it out. And I work through it with other pioneers that do a much better job. It is awkward to work with. But having said that, I mean, I can learn from Lantana. I can learn what Lantana does to pioneer forest. It definitely is a pioneer of forest. There's no question about that. In this landscape here, the acacias pull it up, and within 18 years, they die down. They fix their nitrogen at that period. Understory trees of the old growth forest come up through, and then up comes the long-term forest and goes over the top. You can see the pioneering succession over time. You can learn from Lantana, you can learn from blackberry. But there are lots of gullies that I don't have time to work in. I'm not worried about speeding up the succession through the whole property. It's doing a great job without me. But where I want to actually work with Lantana, which is already there, I didn't plan it, I do. So here I have candlenut here. So I have a small grove of candlenut. Right behind me, I have a red cedar. This forest here, this landscape was logged originally for the red cedar. I'm putting it back and I'm putting it into Lantana. There's lots of red cedar through this Lantana here that I've actually put in. I've actually cut into the Lantana. I haven't tried to clear the Lantana. I'm trying to stop the Lantana doing its great job. I've just cut a little a track in, cut a hole in it and put the plant in there, put the tree in there, and then use the Lantana as the mulch to grow the tree. So I'm copying the succession. Now, there are some fantastic examples of this in all climates. Rachel's Food Forest in Old Slellingford Farm in Ripon in Yorkshire is one of the most extreme cases of cold climate weed pioneering tolerance I've ever seen. Wonderful, wonderful example of how you can work with rampant weeds in a cold climate. And I'll work with rampant trees in a subtropical climate. I know the succession is coming through. I'm completely relaxed with it. So if you look down this way, you'll see all the way through the edge of this forest, there's wild tobacco. Now, wild tobacco is another small tree, little bushy shrub kind of thing, small tree you'd call it. This pioneers doesn't do much for us. I can use it as a pioneer. I can food forest with this one. It's got really soft leaves that smell a bit funny, make great toilet paper. But the berries, the seeds are only eaten by rainforest pigeons. So what happens then is the rainforest pigeon comes in to eat these berries, and drops the seeds in their manure of rainforest trees. So this tree attracts the pigeons. The pigeons bring with them manure carrying seed and incubate, propagate the rainforest species into the edge of the lantana, and where the lantana is thinning out with a larger nitrogen fixing canopy. It's all a matter of observing, relaxing with the systems of nature that work with novel ecosystems. We've got to stop the prejudice. We've got to listen to the great writings that have recently come out in recent years, like New Nature by Fred Pierce, where all this weed issue and prejudice and assumptions and feelings that you come with some kind of privileges that have to be native and endemic only, entitlements to make judgments, just restrict your ability to observe and design in a way that works with nature, but also provides what we need with least effort for maximum return.